Hey guys, what's up, and welcome to, well, it's not a Schalke Career Mode now, it's Everton. Now, I've got a bit of a story to tell you. So, I uploaded parts 1 and 2 of the Schalke Career Mode, and then I recorded 3, 4, 5, and I believe 6, and I go to edit them, and they got corrupted. So, basically, I can't give out episodes 3, 4, 5, or 6, which is a bit gutting because, that's quite a big chunk of the first season gone. I don't really want to go back and redo everything because I probably can't do the same things like I did in the exact same way. So I thought, we'll leave Schalke. It didn't really work for me in the first place. I'll try a different team, and I decided to go for Everton. And I'll tell you why I went for Everton. I wanted to do a team in the BPL, and what better team to choose than Everton? It was a choice between Everton and Southampton, but I thought, Everton would give me a bit more of a challenge, trying to push for a European spot, the top 5. But the board did want me to get into the top 4. So, enough of the long story, let's dive straight into the career mode. As you can see on your screen now, I've been sorting out my team, been sorting out all the emails, and now I'm sorting out the GTN. So I send out 3 scouts. One goes to England, one goes to Italy, and one goes to France. I believe it's those 3, I haven't really been paying attention, I've been telling my story, story time is good time. And basically, I just want to find players of first in quality, and hopefully any young players who are quite good as well. I do want to try and bring in a lot of young players. I do want to develop Everton to hopefully and potentially be one of the best teams in Europe. Compete against the likes of Bayern Munich and Real Madrid. Obviously, it won't happen in the first season. It will take a few seasons for us to develop into that squad. So hopefully, I can take Everton up to about 2017, 2018. See by then what I can do. And maybe I can move on to new pastures. Now, as you can see on your screen now, I do go for my first player, and the first player I chose was Bruma. I haven't used him before, but I have seen people use him, and I've seen his stats. And for an 18-year-old, they're pretty nice, I did know that he does come as a free agent, but apparently Bayern Munich already snapped him up before me. So it was a bit of a kick in the teeth, I did want to sign Bruma. So I did put a bid of, I believe it was 8 million in for him, even though they wanted 9. I did want to try and spend as little money as possible. Everton have a budget of 11.5 million, so it's going to be hard to try and rake in all those really strong players that can make a massive difference to the squad, and I thought Bruma could be that. And as you saw then, I put a transfer in for De Gea, the Manchester United goalkeeper. Tim Howard's getting old, he's not going to be here for much longer. And I also put a bid in for... no, I didn't put a bid in. Fulham bid in for McGeady, and I put a counter offer for him, and hopefully Fulham will accept the 8.5 million bid, and then I'll become £8.5 million richer. On your screen now, you do see that Bayern Munich have accepted my offer, and I do jump into the contracts with Bruma, hoping that I can try and bring him in as soon as I can, hopefully before the first friendly. Once it's done, I don't have to worry about him anymore. And fortunately, as you see there, Bruma does accept the contract offer, and now is the first signing to Everton. What was also on your screen, I don't know if you saw it, Fulham have accepted my counter offer for 8.5 million, which is fantastic news. So now I'm going to become a lot richer. So a second part in my squad, when I was flicking through it, like what I can try and improve in it, where can I make it stronger, I realised I need centre backs. I've got my main 3 is Jagielka, Diston, and what's his face, Heitinger. But Heidinger's on loan, I believe, from Fulham, so he's only around for a season, and I don't think he's that good. I haven't used him before, so I can't really say he's not good, but he doesn't appeal to me. He's old. It's going to get worse for me, so I knew I had to try and buy a centre back, and the 2 I looked into was Savic and Juan Jesus. 2 were picked up by my scout in Italy. Both, I believe they're 22. I think Savic might have been a year older. I know Juan Jesus was definitely 22. But they're both 2 players I would love to bring in. I feel like a nice young, strong defender who can develop over the years to come will hopefully make a massive difference to the squad. But as you see on your screen now, or what was on the screen, I sieved through all the players in the English Scouts section area thing. That's what I practically did for most of this episode. I sieved through every single player, I want to make sure that I'm picking up the right players that can hopefully make a difference to Everton in the short term and the long term. I don't want to be like a short term impact. I want to make sure if they stay here, then it's going to be worth it. So here we are. Savage is 22, just like Juan Jesus. which is good. 22-year-old defenders, they can make a good difference if they're strong enough. And once again, I keep getting player after player after player. I'm sieving through everyone. I do click on a few things and should I buy him? Like Alan Lana. He was one of my Schalke targets, but I thought, I don't know. Let's go for someone different. Let's try and pursue for someone different. It's an Everton career mode. We want to try and attack things differently. But before my first friendly, I do get a few emails coming through. Once again, another update from England, but this time it was just Ivanovic, so I didn't really care. Just deleted him off. And I jumped straight into my first friendly, skipped it instantly, and I won 4-1. Both my wingers getting a goal, which is fantastic, showing that my wingers can score, yet alone my lone striker, even though I'll have the likes of Lukaku, Kone, and Traore to use, which is all fine and dandy. But if my wingers can score as well, it makes me feel a little bit more confident when jumping into the games. But as you see there, I'm now making bids for Juan Jesus and Stefan Savic. I do feel confident I want to sign both of them, but realistically, financially, I can only bring in one. So it's one or the other. So I'm putting reasonable bids in for both of them, although I do try and bid for both of them. But hopefully at least one of them will say yes and join Everton and hopefully make the back four a lot stronger. I know I have Jagielka, Baines, and who's my right back? Seamus Coleman. I know I have those three, but another nice defender would be a lot more confident for myself. So here you are now, watching the screen, me sorting out the squad for the next game. I have no idea what just happened to my mind. My mind went blank. Apologies for that. But I know what I'm doing now. I'm going to my second friendly and I sim it, and it's a 1-0 to Everton. But Tony Hibbert gets an injury. I don't think it's for long. It's only 7 days, so it's not too bad. I have no idea what just happened in my mind earlier. I went blank. But nevertheless, Inter counter-offered. I believe they wanted 5.5 million as well, plus the player. And I'm like, no, I'll meet you halfway. So I gave him 3.5 million. So hopefully they'll accept that offer. But it's looking good for Juan Jesus. Join the team. It looks good, looks promising. And once again, going through the French players, sieving up every player, making sure that they are the player I want to bring in to Everton. We get a transfer offer here for Liam Osman from Lyon. I do counter offer 4 million. It's quite a lot more than his original value. He is about 30 odd, so hopefully Lyon would accept that. Once again, Fiorentina comes back and says transfer offer is unacceptable, so I've got to add more money. And here I'm shaping up the team, but I'm using the assistant manager to help me, just to throw him out into the third and final friendly against Real Betis. We skip it and it's 2-2. So 2 wins and a draw. So it's not too bad. It would have been better for 3 wins, but you can't complain with 2 wins and a draw. It's not undefeated, so hopefully I'll have some informed players jumping into the first game. And you saw there I do make a bid for Verratti, 4 million, and Gibson, but it's very unlikely that I will be able to bring him in. So Inter Milan just then came back and said to me, whoa, you gave 3.5, you want 6.9. I'm like, wait a second, you wanted 5.5 from me, you could take my 5.5 now, I'm not giving you 6.9. And they said, okay then, and like you saw now, I'm doing the contract offer for Juan Jesus, so it looks like that we'll be able to bring in Juan Jesus into Everton, hoping that we can. Then we feel a lot more confident in the back four. I've probably said that 1,000 times now, but I just want to reiterate it. It will make me feel a lot more confident, After playing with Schalke, I know it's a different team entirely, but, my playing was fine at first, but I descended so badly. Episodes 3 and 4, I was so bad. I know you couldn't see it, but it was so bad. But as you saw on the screen just there, guys, I do choose to scout future star option. I do want to try and bring in a young player. Hopefully it'll be world class in the near time. And we jump into our first game against Norwich, and as you can see now, Teti finds Luis Fabiano in the 31st minute and Norwich go 1-0 up. I skipped the first half an hour of the match. It was completely dull, and I thought I'd just show you the first goal that comes up, which unfortunately goes to Norwich. And on the stroke of half time, Norwich get a counter-attack from what I believe was a goal kick. I don't know if I kicked it out to their player, but once again, Luis Fabiano cross into Gutierrez. Gutierrez gets the goal. It was so frustrating, I thought I'd leave the Schalke curse of losing, but no, it's coming back to haunt me again. I'm 2-0 down at half time in my first Premier League game for Everton. I don't want to go 2-0 down in my first game. I want to start off and try and steal all the 3 points. But as you see now, in the 62nd minute, Kone with the ball finds a lob through ball there to Lukaku. He hits the post, but Deulofeu out of nowhere, the 19-year-old left winger from, I believe, FC Barcelona B, he's on loan, knocks in the rebound. So that made me feel a little bit more confident. You know, I was 2-0 down at half time. I thought, that's it, it's game over. But the fact that I got that goal, I did feel a little happier, which then gave me momentum for this attack. Deulofeu pacing it down the wing, cross into the head of Lukaku. Beautiful. 2-2 to Everton. You know, I was 2-0 down, like I said, and now I'm 2-2, you know. It's the 75th minute. The game is still very much alive here. You know, I could get a goal, hopefully, in the last 15 minutes, and then secure those first 3 points, which is extremely crucial for me, you know. I want to start off and hit the ground running well. So here we are, the 87th minute. Bruma tries to whip the ball into Lukaku. He does miss. Kone plays it back out to Barry. Barry now trying to work an opening. I don't know why I wanted to shoot with him, but you know, I wanted that goal desperately. But he finds Baines, who finds Bruma. This time finds the opening. Lukaku, goal. Oh my word. I was so happy when I scored that. I was literally shouting in my room, and I may got told off. But that's not the problem, you know. I won 3-2. It was full time to Everton, 3-2. Oh my gosh, I was so happy. Now that I could start the league off with 3 points, I felt a lot more confident. And hopefully this luck could run into the transfers that we did make before the game, and hopefully Juan Jesus could join the team. But sorry guys, you're going to have to find out in the next episode if he does join. So I hope you did enjoy it. There will be a lot more of this Everton Career Mode series, and I will try my very best that it doesn't get corrupted. So until then guys, I'll see you next time.